Yo, what's going on? Hope you're well. Hope the family's doing well. Today's training is going to be super simple. If you do not know who I am, my name is Chesa Krupa. We've helped over 1,400 Filipino Americans burn fat, build muscle, live their greatest life sustainably as well. Featured on TFC, which is super cool. Today's training is going to be super simple. The title of today's training is probably going to be something along the lines of how our client Aaron was able to burn fat and build muscle in roughly 6 months. He got his abs to show while sustaining a lot of things that he loved doing, eating rice, date nights, etc. Today's training, 6 principles of sustainable body recomposition. If you do not know what recomposition means, it just means burning fat and building muscle at the same time. Let's get started. I'm hyped. Stop cycling between extremes. Build a body that lasts through strategic patience, not willpower. You're not 18 anymore. Sustainability is huge when it comes to your lifestyle. Principle number 1, start at maintenance to repair biofeedback. What is biofeedback, coach? Your sleep, your energy levels, your mood, your training performance, your strength in the gym. Most people skip maintenance because they think it's a waste of time. In reality, maintenance is where the body relearns stability. I've coached a lot of clients, and this is usually the scariest part for most people because they're like, I hired this coach to help me burn fat and build muscle, and the first thing he made me do is eat a ton of calories. Maybe he doesn't know what he's talking about. And then they end up learning down the road that like, yo, I should have been doing this way beforehand. When someone has been cutting aggressively, dieting on and off, under eating during the week and overeating on weekends, or training hard while underfueled, their body is in protective mode, not fat loss mode. What maintenance actually fixes, it fixes your hunger signals, normalizes a lot of signals in general, less random cravings. Energy levels stabilize throughout the day, sleep quality improves, training performance stops declining. In other words, you don't go through up and down cycles of your strength. Stress hormones calm down, adherence, confidence rebuild. Actionable steps at maintenance. Eat roughly the same calories daily, not on and off. Something I teach my clients a ton is signaling. 2 different individuals. We have person number 1, eats a lot of junk food, eats a lot of healthy food, but their calories are consistent. Person number 2, eats a lot of healthy food, but their calories are inconsistent. As in, some days they're having 3,000 calories, another day they're having 1,500 calories, another day they're having 800 calories. Who gets better results? Person number 1, because their signals and their calories are consistent, not on and off. Keep protein high and consistent. Stop chasing scale drops. Track biofeedback instead. What is biofeedback? Again, it is your energy levels, your digestion. Are you feeling lethargic with certain foods? Sleep, training, performance, and hunger. Key truth and key point. You don't start fat loss by cutting calories. You start it by making the body feel safe enough to let go. Principle number 2, drop calories only after the body is primed. After you repair biofeedback and making sure metabolism is all fixed up. Cutting works best after maintenance because now the body trusts the environment. When someone comes from maintenance, hunger cues are clearer, energy is more predictable, training output is more stable, stress isn't maxed out. That means a calorie drop becomes a signal, not a shock. Now, how to drop calories properly, coach? Small intentional reduction, not aggressive. How do I get maintenance calories, coach? Multiply your current weight in pounds by roughly 15. That's roughly your maintenance calories, generally speaking. Intentional reductions, small reductions would be ideally 200 to 300 calorie drops, each calorie drop, unless you're doing a push P, which is usually like a 500, 600 calorie drop. Keep protein unchanged, keep training structure the same, avoid changing too many variables at once. Key point on this. When we change too many variables at once, mainly the big variables like workouts, supplements, diet changes, macronutrient changes, which is your proteins, fats, and carbs. When you make too many variable changes at once and your body does either very well or your body does very bad, we don't know where it came from. But if we made one change at a time, we will know exactly where that bad result or good result came from, where it originated from. What you should expect, fat loss without extreme hunger because you're giving your body what it needs first. A lot of my clients start at maintenance, find they drop calories, and they're actually feeling not as hungry as before. They feel like they're dropping calories and actually still feeling great. Sleep is better, hunger levels are stable, and they're actually getting stronger in the gym while cutting calories. Less mental fatigue, better training retention, fewer white knuckle days. Key points, fat loss works when the body feels it can afford to lose tissue. Maintenance creates permission. Principle number 3, understand buffers and planned maintenance periods. Here's what most people fall long-term or fail long-term. They treat bulking as eat everything and cutting as suffer as long as possible. Both are stressors on the body. Bulking, stress. Cutting is stress. Bulking, metabolic stress. Cutting, metabolic stress. Life, obstacles equals stress. Stress always accumulates over time. No matter how small it is, it will accumulate. What is a buffer? A planned period of neutrality where the body catches up, recovers, stabilizes, adapts. Maintenance is not quitting, it's strategic recovery. For example, you're on low calories at stress, and you're going to be a period where you're on maintenance to recover, and you're a period on bulking where you're upping calories, and then you're back on maintenance again. When to use maintenance buffers? After an aggressive cut, because again, high stressors on the body. After a long bulk, again, bulk is also stress on the body. During high life stress phases, there's going to be a phase of your life where you're going to be focusing more on work, and you're getting less sleep as in under 6 hours of sleep. That's high stress in the body. Give yourself a recovery and buffer period. When biofeedback starts slipping, poor sleep, irritability, stalled performance, rising cravings, cravings. That's a great example of biofeedback getting lower. Your strength at the gym drops by 40%. That's a great example of you need a buffer period or maintenance phase. Actionable buffer rules. Keep calories at maintenance for 2 to 4 weeks, roughly. I even have some clients doing a maintenance period for like 6 to 8 weeks because they've been on high stress for the past 6 months. Keep training consistent but slightly lower stress. Obviously, better said than done. Reduce decision load. Make things more consistent. In other words, try to eat the same thing daily, because when you eat the same foods consistently, you're not giving yourself a decision fatigue every single day trying to figure out macros and changing variety just to change your colorful palette, if that makes sense. Let the nervous system calm down. Key points. The people who progress the longest are not the ones who push hardest. They're the ones who know when to pause on purpose. One of my best coaches I've ever hired, they've always told me, with every dose of stress needs a dose of recovery. Train smarter, not harder. If you're smart, you do both. Principle number 4, control variability before you change calories. Most people change calories too fast because they never stabilize behavior first. A great example is I've had clients in the past where I give them a calorie target and they're inconsistent. They're like compliant to that calorie structure, adherent to that structure for like 40% of the time, and then they drop calories and they haven't even maintained that first consistency first. Lock in consistent meal timings, same windows daily, same meals daily ideally. Keep protein within 10 grams day to day. Ideally, protein would be, if you weigh 150, keep it at 150 or higher. Keep steps within a tight range, no huge swings. That also applies to your calories. Key point, your body adapts to patterns, not targets. High variability masks whether maintenance or a cut is actually working. Maintain your consistency before you make any changes. Principle number 5, train to send a signal, not to burn calories. Cutting or bulking fails when training becomes random or emotional. Actionable steps, 3 to 5 core lifts and keep them for 6 to 8 weeks. Do not change anything until you've worked consistent with it, and use progressive overload for at least a couple months. Track loads or reps weekly. Be data driven. Stop changing exercises just to feel worked. Stop just going to the gym and just trying to sweat your butt off. Feel structured. A lot of the times, structured workouts, you're not going to be sore every day. You're not going to be drenched every day, and you make the most progress that way. Key point here, training is a signal, not a calorie burn. Clear signals preserve muscle in cuts and drive growth in bulks. Give yourself a specific structure and maintain it for a couple weeks. Stop changing everything every single week. Inconsistent structure gives you inconsistent results and progress. Principle number 6, which is last but not least, plan psychological relief, not just food relief. Most people break diets because they did not plan mental recovery. Actionable steps, schedule non-food relief weekly, lighter training days, social time, low decision days. Use maintenance weeks strategically after high stress phases. In other words, use your maintenance weeks if you were just had a busy past 2-3 weeks of work and you had very low sleep, or you just trained hard and during a cut, or trained hard during a bulk. Strategically plan those out. Reduce decision load before increasing food flexibility. I know a lot of people that get stressed and feel burnt out in the fitness journey because they're trying to hit macros and calories, yet they're giving themselves 10,000 different variables of how to eat that food and how to track that food. Eat the same food at least 5-6 times per week so you don't have to decide on what to eat for the day. So that's decision fatigue. Maybe once out of the week or twice out of the week. Then you can add some flexibility to still enjoy great food but also be flexible. 80-20 rule. Key point here, diet fatigue is rarely hunger. It's decision exhaustion. Planned relief keeps adherence high without sabotaging progress. You're already stressing out about running your life as it is. Don't give yourself more decisions to make throughout the entire day. Fitness is supposed to enhance your life, not take away from it. Key points here, just 6 principles I need you to focus on. Obviously, there's a lot more to it than that. These are main key points that will help you a ton. Very similar to how my client Aaron was able to drop fat, build muscle, get his abs to start in roughly 6 months. And he's still sustaining this till now, especially when it comes to a lot of lifestyle changes. Hope this made a lot of sense. Hopefully this gave you a different perspective on how you should approach fitness, and not just approach fitness, but also how you can approach it and sustain it long term. Fitness isn't something where it's not a hobby where you maintain it for 4 months. It's something you need to build, and build a structure you know you're going to sustain on your busiest season, and also when you have more free time. Hope that helped. Hope you got a lot of value from this. I'll see you on the next training. Yeah, peace out.